afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of this House. Debating the motion that this House would remove patents for life-sustaining drugs in third world countries, opening government would like to give the contention that we would like to promote this debate that by removing patents for life-sustaining drugs is beneficial for third world countries. First of all, Mr. Chair, Prime Minister would like to define definition of life-sustaining drugs as drugs, vitamins, and supplements that help sustain the life of the person by giving adequate nutrition to the body. We would like also to define patents as the right to ownership to a certain invention, to a discovery, or to a certain scientific breakthrough that has values and benefits. I would like also to further elaborate on patents that when entities obtain patents of certain inventions, discoveries, and scientific breakthroughs, entities have a certain discretion to use or to sell or to manufacture certain things that are related to the patents, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Disaster. The status quo of third world countries have virtually problems on their healthcare systems, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Disaster. And that the third world countries has the highest death rates that are related to health problems. And that number 3, there is a monopoly on healthcare breakthroughs or healthcare inventions or discoveries in third world countries, wherein a single entity or a group of entities controls the market on healthcare system, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Disaster. For proceed, yes, I am.
So are you saying that life-sustaining drugs is so very expensive that only rich people in third world countries can afford this?
I would like to say that life-sustaining drugs are very expensive in third world countries, yes, because in third world countries there is a monopoly of life-sustaining drugs because a certain group or certain entity or a certain group of entity controls the market in life-sustaining drugs. Wherein this entity would likely increase the price of drugs without any competition from others because they have certain patents for this, Mr. Chairman.
First point. And second point.
Sit down, Josh. First argument coming from Prime Minister is that by removing patents to cater to the masses in third world countries, the needed healthcare required, Mr. Chairman, as I stated earlier, that in the current status quo in third world countries, third world countries have a higher death rates concerning in terms of healthcare related problems, Mr. Chair, because these persons are not properly catered, properly catered. Sit down, both of you. Are not properly catered in terms of healthcare, Mr. Chair, because healthcare in third world countries are so expensive that people would like to just ignore their health problems, Mr. Chair, and that would lead to bigger problems. Example, death, Mr. Chair, members of this House. Healthcare in third world countries, Mr. Chair, are being controlled by a monopoly of entities, Mr. Chair. We would likely increase prices, Mr. Chair, without opposition from others, Mr. Chair, because they have these certain patents. The patents in this case, Mr. Chair, is the firewall of the market, Mr. Chair, wherein a certain entity or certain group of entities would likely control, Mr. Chair, and they can do anything they want, Mr. Chair, because they have these patents, Mr. Chair. No one can really oppose them, Mr. Chair, because they have the right of ownership, they have the right to sell, they have the right to almost everything they want, Mr. Chair. Sit down, all three of you. Shame.
Okay, the problem with opening government is they're actually putting in the context that only one organization owns these medicines. Let's take into consideration pharmaceutical companies have competition. It's not only one company, it's lots of companies who are fighting.
That's my point, Mr. Chair. I say a certain entity or a certain group of entities, Mr. Chair, in this case, pharmaceutical companies, Mr. Chair, members of this House. These pharmaceutical companies, Mr. Chair, have certain organizations, Mr. Chair, that sometimes they would like to connive, Mr. Chair, on how they would pay the prices in the certain market, Mr. Chair, members of this House. And we say that when these prices are being paid, Mr. Chair, the most persons affected, Mr. Chair, are the persons in third world countries, wherein the majority are the poor, Mr. Chair. And these poor groups, Mr. Chair, are those persons who are in most need of healthcare products, Mr. Chair, life-sustaining drugs and that, Mr. Chair. And we believe that countries in third world countries need more healthy persons, Mr. Chair, because third world countries, Mr. Chair, rely on blue-collar workers, Mr. Chair, rely on labor, Mr. Chair. That is what third world countries thrive upon, Mr. Chair. Now, by limiting life-sustaining drugs in third world countries, Mr. Chair, by limiting this kind of situation, we're actually putting a hamper on the life that most people in third world countries, Mr. Chair, Mr. House, are relying upon, Mr. Chair, Mr. House. Second argument coming from Prime Minister, Mr. Chair, that by removing patents, we try to neutralize or we try to balance the market on healthcare systems, Mr. Chair, Mr. House. Because by removing patents, Mr. Chair, we remove to the certain entities or the certain group of entities their right of ownership, Mr. Chair. By that, Mr. Chair, there can be a lot of opposition to them, Mr. Chair, Mr. House. That there can be a lot of companies, Mr. Chair, a lot of groups that would like to also to manufacture these products, Mr. Chair, at a lower price. By having competitions of lower prices, Mr. Chair, Mr. House, we try to balance the market. Mr. Chair. That we eliminate monopoly or oligarchy in third world countries, Mr. Chair, in terms of healthcare products. And by this kind of eliminating this policy of patents, Mr. Chair, we try to cater to the masses by giving the masses healthcare that have lower prices, Mr. Chair, sit down or supporters. We try to cater to the masses healthcare products that are more affordable, Mr. Chair, more affordable in the sense that there would be a lot of people who would bid for competition to these oligarchies, to these monopolies, Mr. Chair, and members of this House. Now, to sum up the debate, Mr. Chair, the opening government has stated to you that third world countries are in need of life-sustaining drugs, Mr. Chair, this House. That the masses in third world countries are the most in need of life-sustaining drugs on healthcare, Mr. Chair, and members of this House. And that the current status quo is that a certain entity or a certain group of entities in third world countries control the healthcare market, Mr. Chair, and members of this House. And that by removing this patent on life-sustaining drugs, Mr. Chair, we cater to the masses the needed healthcare by the people at that, Mr. Chair. And when we cater to the people, Mr. Chair, we believe that this is beneficial to several countries and to the whole market itself, Mr. Chair. By that,